Alright guys, welcome to Mining Positivity with PJ, and let's just ignore the fact that I'm hanging out in this super creepy attic while it's raining and there's water leaking into my house. Since we're ignoring that, let's go downstairs and see if we can stop this rainstorm because it's always raining on the island. We can't not. Okay, so we'll just leave it be then. We'll just roll with it. Alright, we got Mike and Ike over there. What's up, fellas? And let's come out here because this is what today's episode is all about. I set these up right away, kind of, when I got to the island. It was within the first few episodes, I'm sure. And we're going to talk about this, and then we're going to complete what this actually is. So let me go ahead and throw this in here. But this right here is an XP machine. And so what this machine does is it takes kelp in this chest, puts it into this hopper. No, I'm sorry, it does not. It takes kelp from this chest, puts it into this hopper, puts it into this furnace or smoker, sorry, and then puts it into this hopper, and then puts it as dried kelp into this chest. And it is a fully self-sufficient system here, meaning that it creates an endless supply of the fuel and the material to burn, and creates XP that is stored inside of this hopper until you need it. So let's talk about, well, since I need to address this right now, let's talk about the endless fuel source. So you wind up getting all this dried kelp. And you just go ahead and you collect this, and if you take it from the very first slot, then it'll start filling that slot again. And so you just collect all this dried kelp until you literally can't hold anymore. You go to your crafting table, and you just craft up as much dried kelp blocks as you can. You're going to wind up getting so many of these blocks that you will be able to use them as your fuel source for every single furnace for your entire Minecraft playthrough. If you're doing some huge project where you're going to be smelting like just a ridiculous amount of ores and things like that, yeah, it's not going to work. It'll probably burn through that. But for a normal playthrough where you're not making a bunch of automated farms and things like that, this is going to be more than enough. I have to be careful out here now because sometimes we do get some mobs spawning. Really, they spawn right there, right on this little edge where I'm past the island marker, and there's a platform for them to spawn on, so gotta be a little careful there. But let me finish this up, and then we can finally put it into the rainstorm. Okay, so look how much we already have, and I'm gonna hold these three, and so this is our fuel source, which, because this hopper is facing in the direction of that, will just feed in there endlessly. We'll just go ahead and throw this in here, and it can't take anymore, and it's already full. I very rarely have to put anything in here because that lasts a really, really, really long time. And then this chest will just fill up again with that dried kelp, and you'll repeat the process. So let me go ahead and flip this day real quick. And hopefully this rainstorm will stop because I'm very, very tired of it. Okay. So, the rain should stop here in a second. Is it not going to stop raining? It's just always raining on this island. Why? Why is it raining? Let's see if it's a thunderstorm. I do have a trident that has channeling on it. So, let's see. I don't think it's a thunderstorm. I think it's just a rainstorm. Yeah, because lightning would have struck right there. Okay. Anywho, coming back to this. So, you just need to keep putting the kelp in here. And there are some automated versions of this that you can make, but I like playing Minecraft. I said this at the beginning of my Minecraft playthrough, but I like playing Minecraft. And I showed this kelp farm off really early game. It's no redstone, nothing like that, and you can get it set up almost immediately. Now I have to watch out for this dolphin because if I hit him, there's going to be Really? Okay. I hit that dolphin, we're gonna have problems. So, since my helmet's, like, in the beginning this was difficult because you can only breathe for so long underwater, but since my helmet has, like, Aqua Infinity now, and breathing, and, like, all these enchantments on there, I can stay under the water for quite some time. So I just kind of slowly walk through here, and I do walk slowly because if you push forward too much and you start to pick up speed, you'll wind up swimming, and then you'll break the bottom kelps. So you never want to break the bottom kelps, you just want to let them grow back. This stuff grows so fast, it's ridiculous. And then I want to say something here, like, yeah, there's a lot of kelp here, but also not really. I don't know exactly how many I got down there. I think it might be 64, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. But it's not really a ton. But the amount of kelp that you get from that is literally insane. There's just tons and tons and tons and tons of kelp, and we'll see exactly how much kelp we get here in a second. But this is all I do. I just swim around, I collect it until I can't collect it anymore, and then I throw it in that top chest, and the XP machine does the rest. So, which it looks like I ran out of space in my inventory. So you do want to make sure your inventory is kind of empty when you're doing this. This is about as empty as my inventory ever gets. There are certain slots that I like to keep filled at all times because it just makes sense for me. That's something I strongly recommend, is that you get used to having things in the same places all the time whenever you play Minecraft. And until you have that thing that you normally have in your spot, put a piece of wood like this to just hold that space. Because it will just save you so much time, and it'll become muscle memory where things are. But yeah, so you just throw the kelp in here, and now I had gone a long time without getting up the kelp, so this was running for a long time without me doing any maintenance, and because of that, I have 2 open slots. But usually what happens is I fill this whole thing, and I still have like almost a full set of 64 and all of these squares left. Maybe there'll be like 1 or 2. That's where this machine comes in, which is almost the same exact thing. So you come up here, you throw your item in, which, here, go ahead and just grab one of these. So we take our leftover kelp, we throw it in there, it goes into one of these 2 hoppers. It will just alternate back and forth if we had a ton of things in there. And then it goes into one of these 2 composters, goes into these hoppers, and turns into bone meal. And so this is a great way, if you don't have a skeleton farm, to just get a bunch of bone meal. And I not only throw the leftover kelp in there, I know you heard that sound from the Haunted Realm. I don't only throw the leftover kelp, I throw in all the extra carrots, all the potatoes, because I don't have any real use for them. I throw in all the wheat now because I've got so much wheat, and the leftover seeds after I'm done planting. So when you're doing that, you wind up getting just a ton of bone meal, and that can be really handy for something like this, which is what we'll be setting up, which is kind of a semi-automatic sugarcane farm. I'm not really into like AFK farms where you just set things to auto and then you just leave and let the game run and run, because again, I like playing the game. There's nothing wrong with those farms. Like, if that's your thing, cool. It's just not my thing. I enjoy playing the game. I get so many tridents being over here. It's ridiculous. Again, the seed, psychotic. Okay. So let's go back over here. So now that we've talked about how all these things work, there is a little bit of trickery to actually making this one. This one's pretty straightforward. You look straight down. You place your chest. You place your chest. You stand on the chests. You kind of crouch, go off, and then go ahead and face toward the chest when you're putting these hoppers on. You know what? Let me go ahead and just make the material for these things and then come back and we'll build it right here. And we'll talk about how easy it is to actually make these. So let me go grab that. Okay, so I'm still waiting for this rainstorm to end. It does not seem to want to go anywhere, and it's daytime. I don't know what. It's like 2 days straight of rain. I have the worst luck with rain on this island. At the end of the last episode, I was trying to plant nether wart onto nether rack, and you can't do that. It has to be soul sand. I actually know that, but I was so excited I literally forgot what game I was even playing. So let's go ahead and do this on camera. And we'll go ahead and plant our very first little bits of netherwort here. So excited for this. So excited. And netherwort does respond to Fortune 3 on a hoe, or pretty much any. I think you can use a pickaxe or shovel or whatever you want. As long as it has Fortune on there, you'll wind up getting more than 4. So, let me go ahead and throw that back. But yeah, that was actually just hilarious when I was editing that video, and I was like, wow, like I just forgot everything about Minecraft. And this right here is that potion from the witch. Like, I just felt like it needed a special place because it's just insane. It's literally insane. Like, I don't even know what to say about that. It's kind of creepy and fitting that it's in this creepy room, so that even happened, just because the odds are so low. It is nighttime again, so let's see if we can actually get it to stop raining. Haunted Realm. Please stop raining. Hey, look at that. Finally. Okay, so these are the only ingredients besides one piece of kelp that you're going to need to make this farm. You find your one piece of kelp in the ocean, you plant it down, it will start growing. And then let's talk about how you make this XP farm. So we'll go ahead and make it right here. We're going to want the chests to face, or we're going to want to be facing opposite of where we want the chests to look forward to. So we'll put them right here. So this is where I'd want to stand to actually get into that. Then the next thing we're going to do is put the hoppers facing into the chests. So if you just click on it, it's going to open it. But if you crouch down, then we'll see that the hoppers are going down into that chest. The next thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and put our... actually, nope, I already messed up. So let me take this off. We actually don't need that guy. So the next thing we're going to do is put our smoker here. And again, we want it up there, but we want it facing where we're going to be. So, see if we can get away with this, which I don't think we can. And we can't jump up and do it because we'll go into the hopper. So, I think I need to move this around. So, let me just get these up real quick. So, you probably don't want to build this like right on the edge of an ocean, just because you're going to wind up having trouble like that. So, go ahead, put that there. So I had to crouch to do that. We'll put our smoker on top, which we have to crouch to do that. Then we need to get on top of that guy. And I think, no, we also need to kind of crouch to get that, but we need to be looking down. So you're going to need some kind of building block here. So I have some wood on me, so we'll just use that. We'll go ahead and build ourselves up. Crouch. Go ahead and put that down. Still crouched. Put our chest. And you don't have to have a double chest. Like, a single chest is absolutely fine. It just depends on how much kelp you have. So you can start it like this and then upgrade it later. You know, you could even have just the one. But it is nice to kind of crouch and be looking at the side of your smoker. And you can see that this is properly placed because you can see that, like, this is where items go in the hopper, and then this is where they feed into. The last thing you're going to want to do is put a lever on the side. You'll have to crouch again and put that there. So now if we go down here, just grab a little bit of kelp. We only have one piece, and we'll need some fuel, which you would use coal in the very beginning because that's an easy resource to get early on. Actually, let's take that out. We want to test this. So that should go in there. It went into the hopper. It fed into here. Right? And then what we can do is we can take half of this, put it in here. It fed right back in there. And then it dumped our dried kelp in here. So we know the machine is working. So what is the point of the lever? Okay, let's talk about that. So my tools have mending on them. My bow and arrow does not, but those do, and so do my boots. So let's take a look at my boots right here. So they've taken a little bit of damage, and if this is coming in here, you see how quickly it's disappearing. When I hit this lever, all it does is stop it from feeding into the next hopper. So I can grab it and get the XP. Now look how many levels I just jumped up. When you're a really high level, when you're past level 30, it takes a lot of XP to get you to the next level. Look at my boots, and look at my shovel. Totally healed. Come in here, just grab it again. Keep grabbing it. This XP is just building up and building up in here all the time. And so it's not like you come in once or twice. You do have to leave the smoker. Don't just stand here and grab it over and over. Exit the smoker, go back in. And then when you're done, you know, getting your levels or whatever, just flick that back up and it will continue to start passing through again. But this is a fantastic early game XP farm because you don't need any redstone. It's not complicated. You just need some kelp. Everything you need here is super easy to get. This just requires some cobblestone, also cobblestone for the lever, iron. Yeah, this is kind of iron heavy. This is not needed, so you actually could add this on later on. You can just go ahead and just feed your fuel directly in here. You don't need a hopper on the side. So that can save you some iron, because that's kind of the only expensive thing about this whole thing is just the iron to make the hoppers. So a hopper is just some iron and some chests. Chests you get from wood. The smoker you get with a furnace and wood. So it's really easy to get these items pretty early on. And to just expand it when you need to. So go ahead and break this all down. And that's the XP machine that I've been meaning to talk about forever here on the island. Building this thing is exactly the same thing I just did. You can just kind of look at that for a second and see how the steps would be pretty much identical. The one thing I do wish I had done was recess these into the ground like a block or two. It would have been nice to have like a trap door that opened right here, and then this chest was down below at this actual level, but underneath that block. So the trapdoor would allow me access into that. If you're having trouble visualizing what I mean, I have something like that set up over here with my bees. So let's take a look. So imagine opening this, and then you had access to the chest down there where the fireplace was. So what that would actually do is allow that thing to not be sticking up. It's kind of an eyesore, I think. Like, I don't love looking at it, but it's got so much XP in there. I'm never breaking this thing down. It's been running and running forever. It's just got so, I mean, you just saw how many level, I was at like 80 something, went up to 111. I barely touched this thing. So yeah, I'm not going to mess with it. I was thinking about tearing this out and building something around it and encasing that. I might do that. I definitely want to move the chest over to this side rather than having it stick out there. I did that accidentally in the beginning, and that's super easy to do. Just pull out half of this, break it, put the chest over there, boom, done. So yeah, that's the XP farm. So now, this machine here, making me my bone meal, is what's going to help me get all the sugarcane I'm ever going to need for maps or trading paper or anything like that. And that's super easy. We're going to need a couple different things. We're going to need some observers, and we're going to need some pistons. So I'm going to go make those real quick. And, well, actually, you know what? We'll do it together. Because this is one of the things about Bedrock that's different than Java. It's not really different, but this is, you know, a chance for you to see. I love Minecraft. I've been playing for a long, long time, but I don't have recipes memorized. That's just not something I do. So let's take a look at this. What do we need to make a piston? So you can come here. You can just start typing like the slightest little bit, and you'll find what you need. So iron, cobblestone, wood, and redstone. So we'll go ahead and grab some cobblestone. We'll grab some redstone. I think I'm okay on iron. I'm definitely not great on wood. So I've got lots of it. I just... Actually, you know what? I shouldn't really be using that wood because that's good wood. Where's the jungle wood? This wood is trash. So I just don't particularly enjoy the look of that that particular wood. If you do, I'm sorry. Do what you enjoy. Put down what looks good to you. So we'll go ahead. We'll make 3 of these. We're also going to need 3 observers to make this work. So we'll go back to the search here. So an observer is an item in Minecraft that will observe a change, and when it senses a change, it will send a redstone pulse to activate something, a signal, basically. And in this case, it's going to activate those 3 pistons. So this will be our first redstone build of the Let's Play. I've done quite a few. I've done like automatic doors and working showers and like simple things with redstone. I usually just wind up doing that because I'm bored. I don't actually enjoy automated farms too much, so I don't wind up doing a lot of redstone anything. But this particular one I always use in my playthroughs. So we're gonna need some nether quartz. So I think I had some in here. Pretty sure. Yes. So, and we only need 3 observers. So 1, 2, 3. That's all we needed there. And we'll enjoy this beautiful sunset together. Even Mike and Ike are enjoying it. Alright. So we don't want to work in the dark. So let's just go ahead and flip this. Alright. So the idea here is that sugarcane grows 3 high, right? And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this mushroom really quick because it's in the way. Oh, I almost cut right through that. And my axe does have silk touch on it, so that's how I'm getting these red blocks, in case you're wondering about that. Because when you normally hit a mushroom, it just breaks into the little mushrooms. Alright, so now that that's cleared out, what we're going to want to do here, and I have to think about this myself a little bit, we want these pistons to come out that way and break the sugar cane for us. So that's not right. So I think we need to be looking in the direction that we want to place them. Yes. So 1, 2, 3. And then with the observers, I think it's the opposite. If you place them here, they're looking forward for something to observe. And they look like little faces. They're kind of cute. You can actually use these to make statues and stuff like that for certain builds, and they look pretty cool. So we'll go 3 there. And this is done. And so how this works is we just go ahead and throw down 64 and watch. I will bone meal this. Oh, that did not work. Oh. Yeah, that did not work because there's still quite a bit of redstone that I need to do. Okay. Whoops. I need that. So we need to actually, like I said, when they observe something, they send a redstone pulse. And so we need to get that pulse down here to these guys. And I think, let's see. I think all we need is that. Let's see. Let's test this out. See, some YouTubers would be like, let me test all this and do it so I know what I'm doing. But I'm not that way. I like to just show how little I actually understand Minecraft and how much I just enjoy it. So, okay. So that's working now. And it fires all 3. You don't have to have it. There's ways you could wire this to where it kind of came out and just individually, but it doesn't matter because all I'm going to do is hold down the left trigger and sway back and forth. And what's going to happen is it's going to get really noisy, and I'm just going to bone mill all of this. And because it was too high, I basically doubled and got 2 sets worth. Or at least I should have. I'm not sure why I only got 64 of those, because that should be... Wait a minute. Let's see what's happening here. Did I actually have 64 bone meal? Let's see. This should give me 2 right now. That should give me 2. That should give me 2. The other thing is this will automate too, so as they grow, this will just trigger. You could just do this with 1, like, but then sometimes that happens and it gets stuck. So yeah, I just kind of sway back and forth. And again, this is totally unnecessary. I don't know why I'm not... I think the bone meal is getting wasted a bit here when I'm doing this. This is not how I've experienced this in the past. Usually I get, if I'm using 64 bone meal, then I'm getting double that in return. So I did notice a few times I was bone mealing it and it was not breaking. So, but this is how I've built this before, so I'm not exactly sure what I could do. Well, no. No, this is how I've always built this. Okay, so maybe you don't want to do this. Maybe some things have changed recently with how quickly you can bone meal something. You also could make this to where you put a dispenser down here, and then you can have dispensers automatically bone meal this when you fill it with bone meal, and then the observer will trigger the redstone, which will trigger the piston, and it will break it. And then you could have hoppers here and chests below, and it will just kind of automate this whole thing for you. Maybe I'm just out of curiosity now. I just want to take my time here. I think I was just going like way too crazy. I feel like 3 is unnecessary. Maybe I just should do 1, because if it's going to prevent me from just spamming it like I've done in the past now, I really don't see a purpose in 3 of them. Any up here? No. Yeah, okay, so if you just go crazy, which I've done many, many times in the past, and gotten double, now you don't. So, okay, lesson learned right there on camera. But yeah, look at this. I mean, this is going to start adding up really fast. And like I said, every time I'm farming here and I'm just about to expand these farms out, so I'm going to have a much larger wheat farm here, probably 3 times the size of that. The potato farms are going to be like littered all over this place, really just for this, just for me to have all the bone meal I might need. So yeah, that'll be great. And yeah, after looking at this, I think I will just kind of take this down to 1. So take those guys out and just leave the 1. Maybe we'll let those naturally grow. Or maybe I'll wind up moving this thing altogether. But for now, we'll just leave it how it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. For like the XP machine and the bone meal farm and the sugarcane farm. I only planned on talking about the XP farm, but this kind of just turned in some other things. which I'm totally cool with. So, yeah. I'm PJ, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode and learned something. And if you did, leave a comment in the comment section and let me know. All right, guys, you're awesome. Thank you for joining me and giving me some of your time. Have a great day. See ya.